WrestleMania week is officially closed. I mean, we had a great ride for a couple of days, but it does not mean we have to end things here for now because we got some reviews to do. Now, the first one we're going to be reviewing is Dragon Gate USA. Yes, folks, there is a Dragon Gate USA, but we haven't had that in years. Don't ask me why. But it does feature talent all the way from Japan, from Dragon Gate, and of course talent from here, and of course a bit of talent coming from Stardom as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun to look into. Then we have the latest ChocoPro event, number 442. Nothing too special, but a lot of fun. And then finally, of course, night 2 of WrestleMania 41. So we got plenty of matches, such as, of course, special matches, title matches, and all of that. And also for the added bonus, no news updates for today. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted WrestleZone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted WrestleZone. All things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J-Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK. Anywhere in the world of pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of pro wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also got the Unagi Sayaka watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us or click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, enough with the pleasantries. So, as they say, as of course the old saying goes from Mortal Kombat, finish him. So, let's begin with Dragon Gate USA with Rebirth. So, Dragon Gate USA. Now, I want to make clarifications for those who are not familiarized with this. A couple of years ago, there used to be a Dragon Gate promotion, but based on USA. It's the same promotion, but only for wrestlers here in the US. Even wrestlers from Japan were able to come, like Mashiro Yoshino Masato, I think, Naruki Doi, and a few others, including wrestlers many of you know, like Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, Pac, I think the Young Bucks themselves as well. But yes, so this was basically like the, how to say, the Dragon Gate of USA, basically. So it's weird to have that name brought back again, but it would make sense. So basically we had the Rebirth on this one. Maybe, I'm not sure if they are planning to restart the whole thing. I'm not sure. That's something I'm not clear. I'm not 100% sure yet. But it's great to hear from it. I mean, I have seen clips of Dragon Gate USA on YouTube that you can still take a look at. So, yeah, go check it out. But this show particularly is called The Rebirth. And it took place during WrestleMania week on the 16th of April, this past Thursday, I believe. So it opened up with singles action. We have KZ versus Marcus Mathers. Now, I'm pretty much sure it was going to be a good opener, like I would have assumed. I mean, Marcus Mathers, I've seen how talented he is. He is a, not to mention, part of the WWE ID prospect program. And it's pretty interesting that he's involved in this one. And KZ, well, many of you may know him. He's part of the group known as Natural Vibes, kind of like a hip hop group type. Pretty good match, not to mention. But this one ended with, of course, KZ applying a frog splash, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 is over. Then KZ was doing a promo until he was attacked by Marcus Mathers. The old saying goes, like, you can't stand a loser, can't stand a winner. So that's how it plays out. Our next match is our only women's match, but involves wrestlers coming from Stardom. We have Neo Genesis, Azumi, and Starlight Kid, ironically, who these two are going to be facing off later on this coming week in Yokohama. They face against Hate, Konami, and Natsuko Tora. So basically, you probably know how that is. I mean, Neo Genesis and Hate, they hate each other due to the fact of what Natsuko Tora has done over the years, kicking out Starlight Kid last year, Azumi, and of course destroying Queen's Quest, which is Azumi's happy time. But of course, there was going to be moments where those who know this, Konami used to be a member of Queen's Quest, but this was during the time of Io Sky's time. Yes, those who know this, yeah, she was that, but Konami's a disciple of Asuka. But this match ended with, of course, the two former Queen's Quest members head to head when Azumi applied the Azumi Sushi, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, done. Next match, we have singles action. We have Ho Ho Lun taking on Rise Maddox. I don't know who this guy is, Rise Maddox. I mean, Ho Ho Lun, I do know he is. He's a Chinese wrestler. He was part of a promotion based out of Hong Kong. He even appeared multiple times in Dragon Gate until he officially signed with them. This match ended with him with a pinfall, and just like that, it was over. Next up, we have 6-man tag team match. We have Sovereign, consisting of Evan Ravers and, of course, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams. They take on La Estrella, El Cucuy, and, of course, the founder of Dragon Gate himself, Ultimo Dragon. Yeah, so basically you probably can guess that he was involved in this one. But you probably ask yourselves, would he be the one to end the match? Well, ironically, it did, because he put, Evans in the Mahet Straw, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. So basically, you have to let him win, because he is the founding father of Dragon Gate, after all. Our next match, we have a 3-way tag team match. We have Rich Swann and Willie Mack taking on Hyon and Ben K. Ironically, these two guys are from 2 different groups. And then, of course, Garbage Pal Kids, Alec Price and Jimmy Lloyd. Weird name. But anyway, I wasn't too sure where this is going to play out. But it ended with, of course, Rich Swann applying the Phoenix Splash and Hyo. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, done. Now, we did see a surprise visit from someone you guys may know, Matt Seidel. He actually was in there. And I remember now that he used to participate in many of their events back in the day in Dragon Gate USA. But it's great to see him. So, yes. Now, for our main event, we have Z-Brats, consisting of Ishin, Kota Minoura, and Shun Skywalker, taking on Paradox, Kid Dragon, Suzumu Yusuka, and of course Yamato. So of course these two factions hate each other. You probably can guess, because Shun Skywalker is a very devious person. He likes to play mind games with people. Not to mention he actually does despicable things. But it was Yamato who picked up the win onto Ishin, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was done. So Paradox picked up the win. So it's great to see Dragon Gate involved in this. So if you guys are interested, you can still see this in the collective on Thrill TV. So check it out. So I think we are done with this one. So let's move on with ChocoPro. Okay, this is their much recent event from ChocoPro, number 442. Opened up as usual with Emi Sakura greeting the fans, giving information of the event, yada yada yada. But let's begin with our first match in case anybody wants to know. We opened up with tag team action. We have Hiroi Iwata and Nonaka Seto taking on Emi Sakura and one half of the Asian Dream tag team champions Sayaka. So yes. So basically many of you would think, okay, I think I know how this match is going to go if you guys paid attention. But however, we have seen these girls, Hiroi and Nonaka, actually have grown up, but not yet picking up their biggest win just yet. I mean, they're still learning as they go, but we don't know how long will that take, but we do know we will be there when it happened. But unfortunately, Hiroyi was the one who ended up on the wrong side of a submission by Sayaka, and just like that, she had no choice but to tap. Our next match, we have the very cute Kaho Hiromi taking on, of course, one half of the Best Bros, former Super Asian Champion and multiple-time Asian Dream Tag Team Champion, Baliyan Akki. So you guys can guess how this is going to. I mean, Baliyan Akki, he's not afraid to go the distance what he's about to do. But Hiyori, you know she's a bit more like Mei Suruga, but much cuter, you know. So basically, you probably can guess, well, let's see how Baliyan Akki, I mean, he always had to, you know, when it comes to Mei Suruga, he has to put up with her shenanigans. I mean, good thing that, you know, she's not part of the Best Bros universe with them. But she does find her, you know, very interesting, very different from Mei. I mean, Kaho is not afraid to go the distance. But, of course, Kaho has to endure amounts of pain being hurt by Baliyan Akki until Baliyan Akki picked up a pinfall on her. So that plays out pretty well. Now our main event, well, this one's an interesting one. We have the men's versus the women. Representing the men, we have Hagane Shino teaming up with Shin Dragon, consistent of former Asian Dream Tag Team Champions Chon Shiru and Shin Suzuki, taking on Chiko Shikawa, Tokiko Kirihara, and our current Super Asia champion Mei Suruga. Now, of course, real dumb when it comes to Mei. If any of the opposing team pin her by any means necessary, most likely they could get an opportunity of the Super Asia Championship. However, as you know, Mei Suruga is currently preparing herself for her next match for a rematch against Emi Sakura later on. But how this is going to go, I mean, we know Chi and Hagane, they know each other too well. They've been tag partners, and now they're the opposite side. Tokiko, well, there's no atmosphere, but however, Mei Suruga has to rely on her usual shenanigans to pick up the win, but unfortunately that did not do any well until Chonshiru applied a stomp, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, over. So the stomp goes to, of course, Tokiko. Now, as for the Junkin tournament, who will walk out with the piece of chocolate? Well, that was a very tough one, but the finals goes up to Sayaka and Hiroi Iwata. But however, our current one half of the Asian Dream Tag Team Champion Sayaka picked up the win and wins the piece of chocolate. So just like that, it was completely over. So it was a fun show. Can't wait to see what the next one's going to be, but we'll get to that. Well, right now, let's move on to our last and final review, and I think this is one that many of you may be expecting. Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. Okay, WrestleMania Night 2. This is, of course, the last show before the end of the whole thing. Now, we opened up with a three-way match for the WWE Women's World Championship. Io Sky defends the championship against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Now, you all know how the story come about. Originally, it was supposed to be Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, but for whatever reason, Rhea Ripley decided to in herself into this match by force. So that was the whole point what was going on. But now Io Sky's like saying, I don't care if you Rhea Ripley are involved. So that kind of sets it up. Basically, Io Sky is realizing the dangers she's putting on. Now let's look at who each of them by force. I mean, Rhea Ripley, she is a force to be reckoned with. She has been one of the strongest women's wrestlers in WWE. Bianca Belair, she has been like the ultimate underdog story. Io Sky, well, we know her reputation. Those who followed her career back in Stardom, then you guys know what I'm referring to. But the real question, how this is going to go. I mean, watching this match, it made me think, okay, this is where we just don't know how this is going to unfold. There'll be moments where you think, okay, someone has this match won, but the common factor is the third person. But in the end, it was Io Sky with the moonsault pinning Bianca Belair, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, she retained the championship. Now our next match is a special match called the Sin City Street Fight. So yeah, you probably can guess. You can use all kinds of plunder in this match. We have Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. So of course it's going to be chairs, tables, possibly ladders, whatever they can find either underneath the ring or what they brought into the ring. That sets it up. So, but of course it was going to be chaotic in every way possible. But it was Drew McIntyre with, of course, the Claymore into to the side of the head, but to Damian Priest onto the chair, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, Drew McIntyre won the match. Next up, we got the WWE Intercontinental Championship in a fatal four-way match. We have, of course, the champion himself, Braun Breaker, taking on 3 other competitors. We have, of course, Penta. We have Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor. Now, common factor of this match, those who already know this, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio are part of the same group known as the Judgment Day. So you probably guessed that it's going to be every man for themselves, but they're determined, of course, those two are determined to win this belt. But if I was Finn Balor, I would not trust Dominic Mysterio one solitary second. So you probably can guess how this was going to go. I mean, there are many ways, but it was Dominic Mysterio that was able to pick up the win thanks to him applying when Finn Balor had what's his name? I don't remember who, but Finn Balor had someone pinned, but it was Dominic who picked up the win with the frog splash, and then pinned Finn Balor, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, done. Now the real question I asked myself after this match, I wonder how this is gonna be in the fallout on Raw. Well, I don't normally watch Raw in case anybody asks, but I'll keep an eye on that. Next up, we have Randy Orton and a mystery opponent. Now, originally we were supposed to have, of course, a KO, but he was out. But to our surprise, someone showed up, and that is, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yep, he showed up. Now, one thing that kind of course, I'm not going to say it's not great to see Joe Hendry. I mean, I love Joe Hendry. He's an awesome wrestler to watch. But I felt this match could have gone a little longer. It got up to maybe less than 4 minutes. To be honest with you, I felt disappointed of time. I mean, they could have done that. But no, there was that one moment, of course, when it comes to Randy Orton making his shot, doing the RKO out of nowhere. That kind of played out in every way. So, just like that, Randy won the match. Our next match, we have Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Of course, Logan Paul likes to stir the pot with every opponent. We've seen that already with Ricochet. We saw that with Rey Mysterio and a few others. But of course, Logan Paul will always have his dumbass posse helping him out wherever he goes. Of course, one of his guys named Jeff showed up, tried to hand him over of course, brass knucks, but luckily Karrion Kross stopped them. I don't know what's the purpose of that, but it seems like Karrion Kross is trying to recruit him. But it seems AJ was not interested, but however, because he lost focus, it cost him dearly when, of course, Logan Paul applied the pulverizer, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, Logan Paul won. Next up is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan will defend it against Lyra Vaquera and a new partner. However, of course, the partner was supposed to be Bayley, but due to some circumstances, since she was attacked, it was going to be another person. So Lyra Kara got the perfect partner, and I don't think anybody expected, especially Liv Morgan, because the one person who she picked is someone she looked up to and always admired, and not to mention she faced her before. We're talking, of course, the man, Becky Lynch. So basically, you can say, oh, she's in trouble. Yep. So you can guess this is the last thing either both Raquel and Becky Lynch expected. But how can I say this? But this ended, of course, with Becky Lynch applying the manhandle onto Liv Morgan, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, new Women's WWE Tag Team Champions. So just like that, it was completely over. Now, before our main event starts, we did have a surprise visit from someone who many of you may know, especially if you guys are part of my generation, someone from the Attitude Era. We're talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's great to see Stone Cold. I mean, I can talk for hours about the great moments he's done over the years. So, it's great to see him. So, I can put that out. Now, our main event is the WWE Undisputed Championship. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Now, of course, we all know how this came about. This happened during Royal Rumble, where John Cena won the Rumble. However, it appears this was part of a labyrinth. Tried to convince Cody to submit himself to The Rock, or should we call him the final boss, but he refused. But John Cena followed him, and that's exactly what happened. And of course, we saw another side of Cena that we never would imagine turning heel, but I think people probably would have loved to seen it. So now it happened. But the real question is how this was going to be. I mean, we saw moments where the referee was being pulled, and not to mention Travis Scott showed up, tried to help John Cena. That's exactly what happened. Not to mention using, of course, pulling the ref again. Then, of course, we saw John Cena whack Cody Rhodes with the belt, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, John Cena is our brand new WWE Undisputed Champion. So basically, some people say this probably was the worst match. Now, I'm not saying it from me. I'm saying it from what I'm hearing from certain people, on social media and people that I know of. But, I mean, that's what they're saying. But I can't say it's, it does feel like it just by watching it. But we have to look on different circumstances behind the scenes on this one. But that's another time for another story. But anyway, we'll end things here. But as I said before, we do not have any news updates as we speak. So let's call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode coming up. I may have to keep up with certain events from the WrestleMania week, including those I haven't seen from All Japan. As you know, we already started the Carnival of Champions, their version of G1 and all this other stuff. There's plenty of events I haven't seen yet, but I will try to keep up with them maybe this coming week. So we'll see how things will grow. Nothing special for me throughout the week, but yeah. So we'll leave things at that. So I'll just wing it. So as of right now, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye, and have a nice day. Bang.